on the tablet.
Hello! Hi, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. You were saying, dear.
Yeah.
Oh my, yeah, we're just jumping right in the middle of everything. At least Kate had her mouth
Yeah.
shut. She's not incriminating herself or anything. Kate is
Mm.
actually with us right now. I did not know that she was going to be here. She didn't know that she was going to be here. Letting
Yeah,
everybody
the
know.
stream I was going to be on got pushed back an hour, so I have time for you evil geniuses.
Yeah.
Yay! Yeah. I was all sniffly when you. Oh, I can't be.
Yeah, she was so sad
Aw.
when I logged on.
Oh,
She didn't
seriously.
think I was going to be on either. So,
I'll tell you what, though, Kate. If you can stumble across the key or the URL or whatever it is for people to watch, we'd love to have it. We'd love to post it here so everybody can go over there and pile on.
Well, that's good. Sure, I'll look for it, I guess.
Because I was
I don't
looking and
know.
I couldn't see anything.
When I'm a little awaker,
Okay.
I'll go looking. Because right now, as you can see, my icon's up because I'm correcting a rather severe appearance deficit. But also, I
Oh.
literally just peeled myself out of bed about 15 minutes ago.
Oh
So
my.
you're going to have to wait till I finish my Red Bull before I do anything that any amount of brain power. So
hey,
Okay
right now, I
then.
am running purely on autonomic processes. I guarantee it.
You know what's really interesting that you mentioned you just got up and stuff like that? I remember talking about this before, and maybe even last week, where I had heard from some scientist somewhere that this person maintained that you cannot read or write in your dreams. And I actually did find a YouTube video, and then I think I lost it again.
I
Um,
lost it years ago.
Yeah, well, I can tell you that. Yeah, it looks like if you look up reading in cannot read in your dreams or something like that. Yeah, they had said that something about Broca's area, Veneca's areas were kind of disabled during sleep. What I'm leading into here is that I surprised myself during a dream. I was looking through some papers and found my dead name in my papers, and I actually read it on the paper, and then I said to someone, "Boy, that's a name I haven't seen in a while," and it reminded me, gee, yeah, about this thing that allegedly people can't read in their dreams, but I just did. So is that
I
person
read
full
in
of
my
shit?
dreams all the
Well, I
time.
mean, here's the thing. I mean, number one, I've never, at least I don't remember being in a situation where there was even text in my dream to attempt to read it. I'm not sure why. That just doesn't seem to be something that's come up. But even so, I would not be shocked to discover that our brains would fill in the blanks on the gibberish we're seeing because it's what we expect to get from the letters while not literally reading. If you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, that was the interesting thing is that on that piece of paper I saw and I remember seeing Edward J. Zavartke, and it's like, oh hell, okay.
Wow,
Well,
for a second I totally thought you were going to say Edward James Olmos, but go on.
I've read an entire uh, chapter in a book in a dream.
Oh my, oh
Mm.
my,
So,
oh my. Okay
and I'm
then.
not talking a few words. I'm talking pages and pages of words. So, yeah,
Okay, so I guess
I'm
this
weird.
might be some bit of a. Here we go. Why you can't read in your dreams from Inverse. Let me grab the link location. I'll throw that
Well,
in there.
is he a doctor or a
This is a science presenter who is quoting a researcher, one or more researchers who maintain
okay?
this.
They
Here we
maintain
go.
that, but they have no proof. That's the thing. You can maintain that people can't read in their dreams. And maybe we don't read actual text text in our dreams, but we see ourselves reading stuff all the time. I mean, driving down a road, you see a billboard. If you're seeing the image, there's generally, most billboards have words on them.
Generally,
So you're
generally.
reading it. You're still reading it. I mean, and people dream about reading books or looking
Yeah,
at
like you did. Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah. So, yes, we may not. I'm wondering if they're thinking that if you handed somebody sleeping a piece of paper, they're not reading it because they're dreaming. Well, yeah, because they're asleep.
Yeah, this one's from 2
You
years
can't read
ago.
with your eyes closed.
Yeah, this video is from 2 years ago.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Oh
you know
my.
what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
can't prove, unless they are actually seeing what's in our dreams, they cannot prove that we cannot read in our dreams.
Mm,
Well, I think there is some difference of opinion. I think this particular presenter said that there is some difference of opinion, but the consensus was that you don't read, that you just see jumbled letters. And I know, I remember seeing my name spelled correctly and everything. My old name,
Well,
you know.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think like I said, I don't think I ever read in my dreams just because I'm not usually in a position to need to. Like, usually I'm either like being pursued by or fighting the forces of darkness in my dreams.
Okay.
Or being mobbed by cats or something, where it's like I'm not really taking a second to check the headlines or anything, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay, so Be Mindful also says, I read someone's name in my dream once. Okay, then. Critical. This link is the one for. Okay, I see. They do a rotating thing. Okay, so Jim Hall. No, Mama Atheist has it hosted. But
Yes.
okay, this is Jim Hall of Atheist Edge on the.
Yes.
But okay, Dave has so nicely put the link in the side chat. Everybody, when this starts, pile on, give Kate all the love and everything else, okay?
And for the context, I guess, like this is going to be, I don't know why they're describing it as his last interview ever, because it's not like he's about to die or anything, but he did leave Atheist Edge, and so I guess it's his last interview for a while at least. And he said that I was one of the people who got him into atheist YouTubing, which is why it's great that I'm going to be there, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful.
I mean, that's one thing about being a YouTuber, is you might inspire someone and never know it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
absolutely,
you don't know what's
absolutely.
going through the heads of your viewers. For all you know, you've been like someone's freaking guiding light or whatever, and you have no idea.
Yeah, it's amazing, really. It's a strange position to be in. Now, I'm not a major YouTuber by any stretch of the imagination. I'm nowhere near your stature, but for all I know, there's been somebody who's seen my stuff and had a change of mind or something on an issue, or as you said, you've been inspired. I won't know it at all. I don't get out there into the public enough to have somebody tell me about that.
Of course, imagine if you were someone's inspiration to make themselves better because they realize that's not what I want to turn into.
You'll get yours anyway.
Well, hell, for all I know, people are watching anyone's video and thinking that, you know.
Oh, for the love of Saint
Like,
Goulet.
dear God, this bionic dance is a monster. I don't want to be that. Oh my gosh, I better start exercising and this, that, and the other thing. I don't know.
Oh, come on. Oh, man. It's...
Oh my goodness.
I could...
and think about this. If you are a public figure on the internet, someone somewhere has masturbated to you.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
There went my
Well,
brain.
I've got all those naked pictures online where I did the parades with the.
Yes, I know about
beat off
those.
to those pictures, I'm sure. Of that.
Not I.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that
I'm
shit
just
doesn't even
saying,
work anymore.
Wow.
And weird as it is, if you want to rub one out to Bionic Dance, go ahead. But I don't understand it.
Oh, come on, you're beautiful. Anyway, they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Consider the beholder here. You know.
Well, it's not true though. Beauty is in the lie of the beholder.
Ah, okay. Now we're good. Now we got there. This is starting out to be one of the really good shows. Yay! Yeah, well, you come to think about that, today is Palm Sunday.
Yes. Yes.
Well, and of course, when Arbor Day comes around, you'll get wood.
Well, actually, for only
my.
some people, it's Palm Sunday. For other people, Palm Sunday is next week. Yeah,
No, I'm
those.
just thinking about that episode of Red Dwarf where they're calling for help, and Rimmer's like, "Mayday, Mayday!" And it turns to Lister, "Why is it called Mayday?" And Lister's like, "Huh?" And Rimmer goes, "It's only a bank holiday. Why not Shrove Tuesday or Ascension Sunday?" Like Ascension Sunday, the 15th Wednesday after Pentecost. And Lister's like, "It's French, you doink. Mayday. Help me."
I wonder. Okay, I wonder how many people in this audience, compared to how many in the general population, know what Shrove Tuesday is. I'm guessing. Say again.
I said, actually, I haven't the least clue in the world.
Oh! It's
Shrove Tuesday?
Shrove.
Shrove.
It's another name. It's another name for Mardi Gras.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's I forget the region, but it's the same principle.
Come say hi. You won't be able to hear him, buddy. But
oh, is he awake?
Yourself into the camera.
Hey guys.
I see his armpit.
Oh,
Ow.
Yeah,
There's my kiddo. There's my sprog.
Oh my! Now we're all in trouble. No, I guess the Shrove Tuesday comes from shriving, which is that whole thing about getting rid of all the fat in the house.
Really, I thought it was about Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife.
Shriver. Oh
Ow!
God! It is finally raining.
Oh my word!
Holy shit.
It's actually raining.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, we were so to drought conditions. They put a burn ban on Citrus County.
Oh
We
my
were,
word!
minus 10 inches to the water table.
That's really weird.
We have not. This is the first time we've had rain since February 26th.
Wow!
Yeah.
That is really weird. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad because I hate driving in the rain.
Well, I tell you, I don't know. When was the last time I drove in the rain? I know I don't like it. I mean, I drive so little that, I mean, it's literally been years and that I've driven in the rain. And, excuse me, oh my word, that's my life cereal burp there for you.
I haven't started my soda.
While you're talking about that.
Yes, dear.
Okay, for breakfast, I had Eggos with maple syrup on them, right? And then I cracked open a Red Bull because I needed my caffeine. And the combination of the aftertaste of maple syrup plus Red Bull tasted just like Lucky Charms marshmallows.
Really? Oh my word.
Yes, I'm not even kidding. The taste was exactly the same.
Publish a recipe. That'll be great. Come on to the transgendered chef, with special guest, Bionic Dance, and her Lucky Charms flavored cereal.
Although actually, yesterday I sort of accidentally came up with an absolutely amazing stir fry recipe.
Oh, really? Oh, my.
Yes. Garlic, ginger, pepper, 5 spice, carrots, peas, and basmati rice and chicken.
Holy shit, that sounds delicious.
And it's amazing. Now I was worried because this was my first time using 5 spice, right?
Okay,
And
okay.
it smells for all the world like chai tea. Like it
Mhm.
really
Yeah.
totally does.
Yes.
I love
And
chai tea.
and I was like, wow, can I really use this in a stir fry? But it's one of the main ingredients in that char siu sauce I like to use to make the pork fried rice. And like it's actually possibly the main flavor in that sauce. Because a little bit will go such a long way with 5 spice. You have no idea.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you don't want to spoon this stuff on the way you do with ginger or garlic. No. Tiny little shake of this stuff is plenty. And it tasted so goddamn good. It was like spicy, just on the edge of actually painful without actually being.
Ugh.
And it was just this savory taste. It was so goddamn good, and I hope I can like recreate it later today because wow, I want to eat that a lot.
Well, write that down while you're doing it. Yeah,
Well, I put
absolutely.
it on Twitter
Okay, good.
and Facebook for that matter.
Yeah, I actually looked at Facebook a couple of nights ago, first time in weeks. Oh, my.
Hear the rain.
Oh, that was a weird thing I was hearing this morning. It sounded
voice?
like. Oh, come on. No, for all intents and purposes, it sounded like a hailstorm upstairs, the floor above me.
Right.
And I don't know where the heck that was coming from because there was no reason that you should hear it like dropping marbles onto the fucking floor. And I'm thinking, okay, what's wrong? Is my ceiling going to cave in on me? I haven't.
Hey guys.
Hey there, sweetie. Yay?
There's the sprawl.
Suddenly we have a echo. Echo.
Tornado, turn your speakers. Oh, he can't use his headset because the headset is broke.
Is it broken?
Go
I
get
don't
my
know.
headset and use it. Go get my headset from the desktop and use it.
Okay.
He's all broken.
Yeah, well, his headset doesn't. The actual speakers, the earphones don't work. Just his microphone. So I'm gonna have him grab. If he breaks him, I will strangle him.
Can I watch?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
good,
it will be on camera.
Oh, yay!
Because
Special
I've
report.
had that headset almost 2 years, and it still works just fine. And he's had 3 headsets in the last year,
Holy what? Does he sit on
and
them?
he's going on his 4th. I don't know what he does to them.
You
I
probably
don't know.
don't want to know, come to think of it.
Yeah.
We're talking
Hey,
about you.
guys.
We're talking about
Oh,
you.
loud, buddy. Loud.
Oh,
Sorry.
my. Desperada.
You forget that I have a good headset. You don't need to shout.
Sorry.
I can shout. Don't
You
hear
should
you.
Shout.
Jane
Let
down
it
on
all out.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll just be over here.
Yes, let's not quote Tears for Fears.
Yeah,
I could
actually,
shout,
not,
but I
not
blow
one
out
of
the
my
speaker
favorite
one.
bands. Actually,
I
they,
like them.
they're too sad all the time, which I guess makes sense since the name of the band is Tears for Fears. But they
Yeah.
don't do happy music, and I like my music happy.
So wait a minute. The name of the band is not Tears for Fairs? Ooh, good
it's
morning. Anyway.
Yes, I have corrected the severe appearance deficit. It is now a minor appearance deficit. So
Wait. I thought
Yo, everyone.
I thought you were in your mid-40s. What are you talking about, minor? Anyway.
Hey, up here I'm still a kid. You know that.
Is my audio any better?
Yes, yes, the
No,
audio's
it's
fine.
horrible. It works.
Mm.
No need to shout.
Sorry.
Have you still
Oh
got your
my!
speakers on?
Shut up, the devil. Nah, anyway. Uh,
Tornado.
Yeah?
You still have your speakers on?
No.
I don't
Okay.
hear. I don't hear any echo. No.
Okay. Just making sure. Hey, I noticed we don't have the dreadful electronic noise in the background today.
No, I took that microphone out of the system. I think.
Oh,
I
okay.
think the microphone itself is broken.
Have you tried calling? Do you have a warranty on it?
I don't remember if it's still in warranty or not. The microphone's about a year old.
It's a Yeti, right?
Yeah.
Kate would know.
hmm?
Yeti, how long is their warranty on their microphones?
Usually it depends where you bought it from.
I bought mine at Squalmart.
Well, you'll have to ask them then, because I
That's
mean,
what I
there's
thought.
a lot of times where the company itself doesn't give a rat's about the warranty that you have to do through the store.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I bought
If it's-
the microphone last March.
Oh, then yeah, it's over a year old. Walmart doesn't have more than a year warranty on anything.
like as much
Unless
as
you
I
pay
find
for it.
myself irritated with Best Buy, it's one of the best places for warranties.
Okay.
Because they're
Okay.
warranted, like you actually have to buy the warranty from the store, but it'll last like 3 years for a very reasonable warranty price.
Now, have you ever had to use one of those warranties that you buy at Best Buy?
Yes.
Ah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Because I always wonder about
And
that. There was a time I actually worked at Electrode Hut. Many. Yeah, you can.
What?
Have you ever read Dilbert comics?
No.
Okay, the electronics
Well, I probably
store
have, but I don't know.
in the electronics store in that strip is called Electrode Hut. It's a reference to
Oh,
Radio
okay.
Shack. But I actually
Ooh.
used to work for Radio Shack years ago, and they would push like hell for you to sell those warranties because, in the words of my manager, it's pure profit.
Yep.
I mean, mostly, but there have been times when I've had a high ticket item get destroyed in some fashion, brought it back to Best Buy, and they just handed me another one, said, leave now. So,
Okay. Now, a high ticket item, I can understand buying that extra warranty protection. You know, if I buy a $1,500 computer, I might want to get the $40 warranty plan or something because these things are known to break out of the box. Now, a $20 USB hub, no, I'll just go and get another one. You know, one of those deals.
well,
Generally,
if
though,
they sell them, I'm going to have to, like, buy my next Oculus Rift touch controller from Best Buy and get their warranty, because actually dealing directly through Oculus is the biggest fucking pain in the ass, worst customer service experience I have ever had in my entire life.
Worse than
Gee, why don't you
YouTube.
tell us how you really feel?
I don't consider YouTube in that way.
I know.
I'm not a customer. I didn't buy a product. But no, seriously, it was so bad. They were so non-communicative and vague about a lot of details, like when the replacement will arrive and all this shit. It took me nearly a month to get my replacement. And I thought about buying another one, but I was on my 4th controller already, and they're like $70 goddamn dollars each.
Wow.
So next time something like this happens, I'm going to try and get my replacement controllers from fucking Best Buy, because guaranteed for so much longer.
Okay, then.
go
Yeah.
3 years, and if something breaks, you can just take it back in and get a new one.
And right the fuck away. They took 3 weeks to send me my controller from Oculus.
Good Lord.
3 weeks.
Cheshe. I don't know.
And part of their warranty policy is, oh yeah, your replacement might be a refurb.
Oh, yay!
Maybe that's why they broke so much.
Maybe, I don't know. Could be.
And it pisses me off. I'm
Yeah,
like,
they
as
can't,
much
I
as I
don't think they
love
can legally
using
do that.
Oculus Rift, because I do love using Oculus Rift, like I was so tempted to jump ship because of the way the company handled that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can't blame you, really, as far as that goes.
I
Now,
think that's highly illegal what they did there.
not
I'm not sure
necessarily.
it is.
If it's in their policy, it's not.
Yeah, I wish that my coffee makers would have a longer warranty. My regular coffee maker broke, and in the strangest way possible. It's one of those things that has the lever action pour spout, and the lever actually broke off, and I can't use the pour spout without it. The spring on it is amazing. It's a very strong spring, but the damn thing is like 2 years old, so there's no warranty stuff on it or anything like that. It's well, it wore out basically, and the axle or whatever you want to call it on there just broke off, and so
There's no way to make a new one?
I'm looking at it. I'm trying to, it's over there. I actually have a second coffee maker, happily, which I don't like very much, but it's the only electric coffee maker I have left, so I'm using it in the meantime. But I'll try to fool around with it and see where the little
Break is.
thing, is, and if I can replace it. And then if worst comes to absolute worst, I still have those Revereware coffee pots.
Mm.
Yeah, how many of you kids out there know about Revereware?
Not even a tiny, tiny bit. I know about Tupperware.
Oh,
Beerware.
okay. Revereware is the copper bottom stainless steel cookware,
Uh-huh.
and in its day it was really high end. And I have a
Right.
couple of the old coffee pots that I got from eBay actually, because I bought two coffee pots and combined the parts into one that actually worked. Because I remembered those, and I was having trouble in my other apartment with trying to use the microwave oven and the coffee pot at the same time. It would blow a fuse every time.
Yeah, they were on the same circuit.
Yeah, there was only one circuit in the damn apartment. I mean, seriously.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, there was one
That's a
circuit.
fire hazard.
There was one circuit for the refrigerator, and one circuit for everything else. It was horrible. There were only two fuses that did anything in that fuse panel, and they were fuses. So that was, you didn't want to blow that shit because you had to go to the hardware store and get a half dozen fuses every 2 weeks. So where the hell was I and where was I going with this? Yeah, that's why I have the Revereware, and I have memories.
Kettles.
Oh man, the FSB.
I thought you were talking about Squall Mart.
That was a while ago, dear. But yeah,
That was quite some time ago.
yeah, she had the Revereware, and I remembered that drip coffee pot that they had, and I figured, okay, I'll get one if I can find it and everything else. And it took me 2 coffee pots and $70, but I actually managed to get the parts together to have one that actually worked, and it's still in the closet in the back. The only problem with it, it's like an 8 cup. Now, I think all of you guys in the audience know about me. 8 cups of coffee lasts me about 5 minutes. I mean, the one that broke is a 35-cup coffee maker, and the one I'm using now is a 40-cup. So it
good
might
God.
last me through.
Merciful Zeus.
It might last me through the day. Yeah.
See, I'm glad that I use instant actually now because I can make 1 cup of coffee at a time should I choose. Cup, not pot. Cup.
I can't drink coffee. Much as I love the smell of coffee, I can't drink it.
What is it? The caffeine, or is it something else
No,
in
it's
Acid
there?
reflux.
the tannic acid in
Oh,
coffee
ow, 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 ow. Okay.
causes terrible, terrible acid reflux.
Yeah, okay. So
And
you're not too
and
good
Like,
with
what's
tea
so wrong with
either.
that, man? Acid is so cool.
until it sits right below your breastbone and makes you go, "Oh my god, I'm dying! Kill me now!" Ah, trust me,
Oh,
I
for the
with
love of
as
Saint
big as I
Gerard.
am, I don't want acid below my breastbone. Thank you.
Well, whose breastbone do you want it below then?
My mother's?
Okay,
Okay.
that would be
No,
good.
she's my mom. Every time somebody calls her now, she just tells them how great I am because I'm over there every day keeping her company.
Yeah,
Ugh.
skip a day and see
And,
what happens.
oh no, she told him the same thing. I took yesterday off. I told her I couldn't. I needed a break. I couldn't come over,
Okay, wait a minute.
and
Wait a minute. Are you going to have to go searching around the house to find out what she's on?
yes,
Okay.
mm-hmm, yes. So yeah, she just keeps talking about how wonderful I am to people because I've been over there every day since her husband died, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. Uh,
That was the interesting thing, though. The excuse me, the puppy mill cousin was talking about her father, my uncle George. Um,
mm-hmm.
he had heart problems and everything else, and when he was in hospital, they also put him on an antidepressant because I guess they figured out that he had bipolar
Depression.
disorder or depression, one of the two, something like that. And Kathy told me that they finally went back to the doctor and said, "Will you take him off, please? He's too nice. We don't know who he is." Because
Oh
all
my
his life
God,
he was
no,
a
leave him
all his
on
life
it.
he was a son of a bitch.
And the doctor's probably like, no, we can't take him off it because he needs it.
No, they actually took him off allegedly, and he got back to his own
Well,
gruff self.
that sounds awfully weird
Yeah, because the
because
way she
normally the
described it.
doctors
Hmm?
want you to be happy. The doctors want you to be happy. They want your quality of life to be better.
Yeah, I guess the rest of the family was saying, "Yeah, he may be happy, but we're not. You know, we don't know him
That's
anymore."
weird. Well, then you just have to get to know him. I'm sorry.
I'd like
Why
to
would
get
you
to
want
know
somebody to be
you if I
miserable?
could. Anyway,
It doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you want somebody to be miserable just because that's how you know them to be? Sounds like real fucking idiots.
hey,
Ding.
this is the people. Well, I happily I wasn't related to any of them, but these are the people I grew up with. So take it from there.
Smudge.
Now you know a lot about me. Okay.
I'm looking at my cat. He is hovering at the edge of the bed, looking down at the dog like he's going to pounce on him.
Ooh, Jezebel used to do that.
Well, Shadow won't do anything except whimper and try to look at me, going, "Mom, make him stop." Shadow is such a wimp when it comes to Smudge. He
my,
doesn't want to hurt kitten.
my wife and I had a puppy. Well, she'd had him for what 10 years before we met, and then we took in a kitty from one of our tenants. She got pregnant and just had to get rid of the cat. Yeah, okay. So
Well, I
Jezebel
understand
kind
why.
of Jezebel. Well, I do know. I forget what the parasite is called. I know the one, but yeah.
Right.
But what was interesting is Jezebel would get up on a chair and wait for Miji to pass by. So she would go, pounce! And the poor Miji would be all totally flustered and everything else. Why are you doing this to me? You know. Oh my.
Columbia and Xander are currently having a relationship very similar to Kitty and Rover back when I was in my parents' home. And basically, like, Xander really wants to play, and Columbia's too old for it. So Xander will like run up and pounce on her from behind, and Columbia is having none of it. She wants no part of that. And like Rover used to, like, if Kitty was on the couch, Rover would sneak up on the floor and then thwack thwack thwack, and then yeah. So
Oh my. Okay, this is something I don't understand. Well, not so much don't understand. I wonder what the top 10 puppy names are. Because you hear Rover so often. I'm wondering, if
I
that's.
wonder if Rex is on the list.
Yeah, of course Spot has to be on
Fido.
the damn list. Yes, yes.
Opportunity?
No. Spot, Fido, Rover.
I have to look
Bowser.
this up now. You got me thinking, and that's all sorts of trouble, right?
DOG.
Let's see. Well, they have it broken down to male and female names.
Oh, look.
Number 1, oddly enough, Charlie. Number 2 is Max, 3 Buddy, 4 Oscar, 5 Milo, 6 Archie, 7 Ollie, 8 Toby, 9 Jack, and 10 Teddy. What the hell list is this on?
What the hell happened to
Right.
Spot and Rover, for Christ's sake?
I don't know.
Our
But
dog
top
named
10
like
names
Shadow.
for females. Number 1 is Bella, then Molly, Coco, Ruby,
Sadie?
Lucy, Bailey, Daisy, Rosie, Lola, and I don't actually see number 10.
I have to wonder what these people are on, man.
I don't know.
They're-
But you know what
happened
I
to
was
good
saying a
old
few
fighters.
weeks ago about
Fighters.
how, like, there are certain names that are common to certain eras, right?
Mhm.
Where today
Mhm.
you're not likely to find anyone other than a grandma named, like, Edith or
Yeah,
Ethel
right,
or
right, yeah.
Merrill
Well, that's
or any
like-
of that stuff. Whereas, like, in a generation or two, it's going to be like, oh, go say hi to Grandma Tiffany, kids, and all that stuff. It's just like it's hard to picture those names feeling old-fashioned. But
Oh,
at some point they will
jeez.
be.
Well, that's like, I remember names like Sadie and Rosie for dogs. My
Hmm.
grandpa, they had a lassie dog, a collie, named Rosie.
Okay, then. Oh, by the way, that
I'm looking at a list of the like top 100 boy puppy names in the country right now. I don't see a date on this. March 13th, 2019. Now, a lot of these names appear to be based on a lot of pop culture. For example, I'm seeing Tyrion and Vader here, and Yoda. actually.
jeez. Yeah, by the
So,
way,
Duh.
that top
and
10.
Loki is on there. Simba. There's a whole bunch of just pop culture
My
names.
cat's name, one of my cat's names is Loki, so I can't say anything
Ooh.
about that.
Yeah,
But
that
we called him Loki
Gosh,
because he was an escape
Diesel.
artist.
that num-
There's one here named, like, dogs apparently are named Diesel.
Oh
Yeah,
Lord.
Vin Diesel.
Okay. No, that number.
Of course, Vin Diesel. Okay, I was picturing the fuel and
No, Vin Diesel.
Yeah, that number
don't
10.
the girl names though.
That number 10 female dog name is Frankie. Huh?
Huh.
Frankie, that's a boy's name.
Well, is it though? I mean, isn't it? I swear that's the name of Angelina Jolie's character in Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Maybe. I never watched Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow.
well, now we can't be friends.
I think I tried watching it at one point.
I was totally right. Her name's Frankie.
Okay. Now is that the one where they're
It's got Jude Law and Gwyneth Smell My Pussy Paltrow.
Ow!
And,
Ow!
Yeah, I know, right? Giovanni Ribisi and
Now, what is the premise of that one? Because I know there's another one where there's they're Nazis.
yes. Oh, that's Iron Sky.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
Okay.
it's a completely different diesel punk movie, but no, this is the one like New York City gets attacked by giant flying robots, And
Huh.
so Jude Law as Sky Captain has to rescue Polly Perkins, the reporter, and he has like a mercenary friend that's Angelina Jolie's character, and they have
Okay.
to fight this dude named Totenkopf.
Okay,
Dr.
I'll have to
Totenkopf.
watch it. I'll have
Oh,
to watch it if I can
jeez.
find
Yeah.
it.
Dr.
I don't know where
Deadhead?
It was actually the very first,
Is it
like,
on
this is
Hulu?
part of its distinction. It was the very first movie shot entirely in green screen with CGI environments and backgrounds and shit.
Ah. Is
Yeah.
Oh
Is
man,
it
that's
on
gotta
Hulu?
be that's gotta be hell. Shooting a
Maybe I'll
scene
look on
that way
Amazon Prime.
because you've
while I
got
have it.
to visualize the entire set in your fucking head, to know where everything
Well, if
is.
you're an actor. But it came out in 2004, and it was not as well received as one might have hoped. And to be honest, I was expecting a bit more of the airplane dogfighting going on, but it really tries more for like a film noir kind of thing in a way. But I mean, as much as it's not the best movie in the world, if you look at it as an experiment, it's definitely a pioneer in like filmmaking today. It was one of the early ones.
And what is the name of it?
Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow.
Okay.
No
I mean,
Duck
obviously
Dodgers.
they're going for that old school pulp feel with the title.
No Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I just got official notice. American
Hmm.
Atheist 2020 is canceled until next year.
I
Oh,
was
no,
expecting that to happen.
I know, but it's now official is the thing. It's like everyone assumed, but now this time, yeah, okay, it's for certain.
Yeah, I've been talking to a couple of people about a couple of different things. Neil, for example, is fully expecting Faithless Forum to continue, and it's like, nah, I
Really?
don't think so, Neil.
No.
Probably not.
Because I mean, even if things,
How many businesses are going to go under due to this thing?
how many already have, dear?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the answer
Oh,
to the question.
Post-corona world is going to look oddly different, I'm sure.
Well, that and God knows we all hope the prices stay down.
Oh man, I'm
Well,
worried
sure,
about.
but I'm just talking about like society. There's
Yeah.
going to be things that are different that
Yeah.
right now I don't think we can predict. And it's not just like prices and the economy and stuff. I mean, I mentioned it before, post 9/11 and the shoe bomber and all that shit. Look at what's
Right.
changed for getting on
Post
an airplane. Well,
office.
what's going to change disease-wise? I mean,
Yeah.
maybe getting on a plane or a cruise ship, you'll have to get a test first from a doctor. You'll have to have a doctor's note to go anywhere.
Yeah, I could fully
And
expect
yeah.
that.
stuff like that is probably coming, and it's going to be a very strange world.
Well, and there's also the fact that
That's
you have
interesting.
to consider going into the post office these days. They have metal detectors, so you can't just walk into them.
Depends which post office.
Yeah, I was
you go
gonna
to.
say-
I haven't seen those here.
Yeah,
Or
my
else,
my
yeah,
local
post office.
my local
post
post-
office here.
my local post
in
office
Florida.
doesn't have that yet.
They are courthouses.
Oh yes,
Okay,
that I know
courthouses,
about.
yes,
Yeah, I had
but
to.
post offices, and not the DMV either. So
Yeah, when I
they
got
have metal detectors here at the post office.
when I had
well,
my
then again, you're in Florida, and people in Florida are insane.
Yes.
So
yeah when I had
It's the
my
hurricane,
when I
don't
had
you
my
know?
court date for the name change, I had to go through a bank of metal detectors just to get to the damn courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
That was all sorts of fun.
you know, about 3 years ago, not too long after I moved to California, I got a jury duty summons, and I was like,
Where in
wow,
Washington?
No. Here in California.
Oh, really?
The instant I declared myself a California resident, oh, by the way, jury duty.
They saw you
But at the
coming.
time, well, I mean, there were a couple of things. Number one, they insisted on business casual dress. And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't even own that. And I'm not spending extra money to dress up for court. So fuck you.
Mhm.
But also at the time, I was still having seizures. So I wrote to them and said I should have an exception because I might pass out in the middle of
Yeah,
court.
that could be trouble.
And so And also part of me realized, you know what, it's not going to look as cool as it does in the movies. In fact, they'll probably give me a really boring ass case, you
Oh
know?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like, unless I'm going to be deciding upon the fate of a potential murderer or something, you
I
know.
I came this close. Only once was I called for jury
I
duty.
never actually got called into jury duty, but I've had the notice, hey, you're on uh, jury duty selection,
Hmm.
and we'll let you know if you're actually selected.
Okay, because yeah,
And
I had to report, to the courtroom that whole bit, and
my
um,
mom has done the jury duty for a murder case.
okay
Interesting.
then sequestered.
And
I
she
take it.
said, no, they had so much proof, they didn't even have to sequester them.
Okay, okay,
Hmm.
But they had to go through the process of the court trial
yep.
to be fair to the person,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
it was a preponderance of evidence.
Hmm.
And she doesn't talk about it. She just said,
Man,
I've done the jury duty for a murder case. It wasn't pretty. We'll leave it at that.
I
Uh-huh.
watched
I
a
don't think I
bunch of
could decide.
footage of people getting their sentences. And wow, like even if they totally did the crime, just watching them flip out when the judge says multiple decades behind bars, if not your entire life. I
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
forget the guy's name. He was this cop who had totally abused his position by getting hookers to blow him and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And they gave him something crazy like 237 consecutive years without parole, plus 2 life sentences and shit like that. And
Wait a
just
minute.
watching him lose it in the courtroom was kind of traumatic, actually. Knowing even that he was scum, just realizing your life is over was terrifying.
Who did he piss off because he got an actual sentence? I mean, there are people who killed their children and get only, like 90 days.
Mm.
If in Ohio, not even that. Um,
Yeah. Well, there was this really terrifying case in Seattle that kind of spilled over into my social circle because there was this one dude who was a DJ at most of the goth clubs, right?
oh, I think you've
And
spoken of him. Yeah, okay.
I've known him years before when I was working at the WotC Games Center. He was in the BattleTech VR pods constantly, right? And so I kind of knew the guy, not very well, but I knew of him. And it turns out that last year he was busted for not just sex trafficking, but child sex trafficking.
Oh my God.
And
Whoa.
I mean, I don't know if he's been convicted yet or what his sentence might be, but that dude's going away for a long ass time.
And he
Oh
ain't going to
yeah.
like it when he's in there because if there's
Mm-mm.
anybody
Oh,
that the
oh,
general population doesn't like, it's,
It's child
mhm.
molesters.
yes.
Oh yeah, they have a tendency to turn up murdered by other
Yeah,
prisoners. It's
and
true,
we
but
know
also
why.
the thing is, the whole goth community was freaking out because they're like, I used to like dance to the music this guy did, was spun when he was DJing. I used to hang out with this guy, and I had no idea. It's so creepy. Like people's worlds were rocked. Now, for
Mm-hmm.
myself, I was not as invested as a lot of them were because I was in the goth community sort of accidentally. But yeah, it was just this weird situation. A lot of people were like, I read the full police report and you shouldn't. Because, like,
Okay.
apparently, I didn't hear details, but they said, like, you will want to stop reading as soon as you read the words 8-month old.
What? Okay, whoa, whoa.
Oh,
No, okay. These sorts of things come up and everything else, and
oh my
I
goodness.
have to wonder what is it that these people are getting from raping an 8-month-old? I don't understand.
No.
They did.
And I want to know how these people don't think they're going to get caught and pay a very hefty price.
Yeah.
And
Something's
that's
got to be
why I tried.
something's got to be
Like,
seriously wrong with their judgment, and to the extent where they cannot even see into the future to
Mm,
regard consequences.
Yeah,
mhm.
well, the thing is, the reason they get killed in prison so much is because most of those prisoners who are in there have kids
Yeah.
that they are never going to get to see depending upon the length of their sentence. And that is the one thing that they cannot stand seeing hurt because they know that they are bad people and they want to keep their kids safe. And for someone to come along and hurt their kids or hurt any kids and then get put in the general population, they're screwed.
Oh yeah.
Well, the like morality of people who are in prison kind of astounds me, because you will see so many of these like hardened criminals, lifetime sentence people wearing the cross.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just like, don't you remember that whole be nice to other people, do unto others as you would
Yeah.
have them do unto you? It's like you went around stealing and raping and murdering, and you believe in Jesus. Really, something's not right there.
Well, I've
Yeah,
seen
really.
so many of the single panel cartoons or the memes or whatever, where you've got Jesus with the young child, and there's the person that raped and murdered you. Go say hi. This being in heaven. That sort of thing. And yeah, it's a little fucked as far as I'm concerned, and
It is. And
literally and figuratively and everything.
you never
The-
never forgive that person.
There's the one thing, or one of the very few
Can't.
things that I stand with the Catholics on, is that they are about works as well as faith. You got to
Well,
be a
I can
decent
tell
person. What?
I can tell you that no matter how much you say you forgive them, you really don't.
Oh, right.
You don't.
Well, and
I
that is
know
one
that
of-
feeling. Oh, I mean, it's not quite the same situation, but I know the feeling.
I mean, that is one of the things that totally knocks me out about religion, because when I was little, everyone said, be good, go to heaven, be bad, go to hell. And then when I found out that, like, a lot of Christians say, no, all you have to have is faith and ask for forgiveness and mean it, and you get into heaven. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a good or bad person. Like,
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer is apparently, like, in heaven now, according to their mythology,
Right.
because he repented.
Yes.
And it's just like, this is so crazy. Why, how, with the who, what now? It doesn't make any sense.
A friend and I would have some very nice, they were nice discussions, but we never really did come to a common understanding. He was a once saved, always saved Christian. At the time, I was barely a Roman Catholic, and we had very different ideas on the ultimate justice, that sort of thing. I could never understand. Dale, I mean, this person gets saved, does whatever he has to do to get saved, and then he turns into an absolute rapist and everything else, and you're saying he's still going to get an ultimate reward. Yeah, I don't understand you.
Well,
I
mean, imagine going out and getting your Jesus stripes, and then you're like, now I'm free to go and murder.
Well, how many times has Aaron said, and I'm agreeing with him, is these people like Comfort going on and on about you love your sin, that's why you're an atheist. And Aaron is saying, you love your sin, be a Christian, because you can sin all you want, you're still good.
Yeah, I don't. It's
Wow.
just so bizarre when they say you love your sin. I mean, like, I've never really been able to pin one of them down and say, what sin do I love, do you think? Like, me specifically, what do you think it is that I love so much that I reject your God? I mean,
Well,
this is just one of those things they say without ever really thinking about the implications.
kind of. And then the other one, though, is, in your case specifically, as well as mine, we're lesbians. And we love being lesbians. And, of course, they see that sinful. So we love our sin, therefore. And
Well,
they can go fuck themselves as far as I'm concerned with that attitude.
But I would have to ask, though, is like, okay, who am I harming, though? Like sure.
Well, what
okay,
is
you could
harm?
say-
By what standard?
Well, no, I mean, sure, they could say like, "Oh, you're offending God" and all of that, but no, really, who have I hurt by being a lesbian? Oh, you've hurt yourself. I'm like, really? Because
No.
I don't feel bad about it. I feel perfectly lovely about it, and like nobody with whom I've been a lesbian has objected. So really, who has done something wrong here? Because I can't find, like, unless harm has been done and people have objected to that harm, I don't see it as a bad thing. I don't think it can be a bad thing.
Well, okay, you got two classes of people who are being harmed by you. Number one, the guys who aren't getting it from you. And number two, the wives of the guys who are getting all hot and bothered thinking about you and not thinking about them.
Well, I guess also I'm not having children
There's another one for you.
because
Yeah.
sex is for kids, and that's it. Well, sex is for having kids, for making kids,
Yes.
and that's it. So
It's
so fucking stupid.
yes, it is absolutely, and
I wonder how they'd look at me, Mr. Science-loving Christian.
Well, they probably wouldn't because your webcam's always off.
yeah, absolutely. And I've seen your face, and they probably wouldn't want to look at you anyway.
Hey, I'm not right.
Have you ever seen the movie War Games?
Yes, yes, yes.
You remember Malvin?
I'm thinking.
No.
It's been a long time. It's
You remember? He like. Oh wow. Totally can't remember Matthew Broderick's character's name. All of us, David. That's it. And he goes to this like nerd den full of people that are, the nerds and geeks who help him with the computer stuff, right?
okay.
And one of them was this dude named Malvin, and he was like the tall, lanky, glasses wearing nerd bag, right? The very stereotypical kind of guy. And from the few brief images I've seen of Tornado, I was reminded of this fella.
Yes, I see it.
Hold on. I gotta see. Wait. Yes. Okay. Kind of.
Hold on. Let me see. Oh, yeah. You mean
So-
Mr. Know-It-All Kid from the Polar Express?
I
Yeah.
wouldn't know about that. I've never seen the Polar Express. I just say that, like,
The guy
because I'm
who
not
played-
sure I've seen this guy in more than 2 movies. So
Yeah. He
The
did
guy
the,
who played Malvin is also in War Games. Is also the guy who played the Know-It-All Kid in Polar Express.
Whatever that is.
okay,
Yeah.
well, I
He
still
does a
haven't
lot of
seen it.
voiceovers. He does a lot of voiceovers for smart, geeky know-it-alls on
Well,
cartoons.
In any event, that's what I sort of like when I saw a tornado on camera. I went, "Oh my gosh, it's Malvin!"
Yeah.
So,
See, he looks nothing like me.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Nothing
Zero.
at all.
Zero.
No, not even a tiny, tiny, tiny ass bit.
No.
But
no,
speaking
actually,
of,
he has my ears and my facial
In a
structure
box?
and the glasses. Yeah, in a box. Mhm.
It reminds
I have
me of what was it, the Addams Family, where it's like, "Oh, Gomez, he has your grandmother's eyes. Take those out of his mouth." You know. Yeah.
Well, Tornado's nose comes from his dad. That's all his dad. His dad had the biggest nose stuck on his face.
what are we
No,
talking about?
I
A
kinda
W.C.
wish I
Fields
knew-
schnoz here?
I kind of wish I knew anything about my birth parents. Like, which one of your dumb butts gave me this hair? But like, I would very much like to know more about them. I don't necessarily want to meet them, but I want to know more about where this came from.
I understand. I understand definitely. Well,
I just
occasionally.
found I just found out from my mom that we have Italian, German, and Bohemian in my family.
Oh my! Ooh.
So you're easy come, easy go?
Mm,
No.
Little high, little
But-
low?
yeah,
No,
we
but-
got the joke.
That's where all of the front portion of me comes from.
What the
I
Bahunks?
actually know very
The
little
Bahunks,
about
yeah.
Bohemia.
It's
But
really great.
That combination it leads to the short,
Yes.
curvy, busty woman that I am. Mhm.
Um,
Huge knockers, mate.
when I lived in Homestead, that was very Russian. There were a lot of Russian immigrants in that neighborhood. And you would see
Yes.
the old babkas,
Yeah,
especially on the
yeah.
bus,
They have
they're sitting with their
twin
tits in their
breasts
lap.
of long. Yes.
And you wonder, how the hell could these old ladies, like, 4'3", how can they walk anywhere with all that shit in the front end?
Yeah.
Imagine trying to exercise that way.
Wow.
You don't.
Yeah, which is probably part of the problem because they'll
Well,
just
yes.
get bigger if you don't exercise. So,
Well, that's why I have a gazelle in my house.
okay, you're gonna have to unpack that one.
So
for
wait
me.
a minute, do you have a cheetah as well?
No, a gazelle is basically it's a no impact walker type thing. It's got you stand on it and it's got these kind of like ski system where you swing your feet back and forth.
Oh,
like a
those!
ski.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, the gym that is now closed. It had a million of them.
Yeah, and it's for people who cannot do impact walking,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Now this is the
You
one
can
that
burn a lot of calories with them. So
I
it's kinda
have
like
this.
being on-
I have this visual though when you're talking about impact walking. And it's of somebody going down the street with a down. No, huh?
Yeah, no.
No, I didn't think so. I'm hanging around your kid too long. My jokes are as bad as his.
Yeah.
I love you too, sweetie.
He tries. He really does try the jokes. He does. He
Emphasis
needs to work
on the
that.
word try.
Yes, yes.
I'm not even kidding, dude.
Sweetheart, sometimes you are funny without trying. You're more funny when you don't try than when you try.
It's true.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
I mean, okay, the same might
Like
be said of my dumb
punching
butt,
the
but at least
cobra.
when a joke doesn't land, I can go, I'll just be over here. And, because there is a certain amount of humility necessary when your sense of humor is likely to inspire people to murder you. Which, honestly, mine has been, so...
Oh, you talk about senses of humor. Just last night I was looking at old clips of Peter Sellers.
Oh God!
When he was out of his Pink Panther character, or he was the Robin Williams of his day.
He was.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
don't know. I'm not super familiar with him, and I really should. I mean, I know who he is, and I know like he was in The Mouse That Roared and the Pink Panther movies and all of that, but I really have not made a study of his career the way I have with other actors. And I mean, I have to admit, a lot of older movies like the Pink Panther have a tendency to linger so much on unimportant like character interaction and plot details where I'm just like, get on with it. It's one of the reasons I can't watch. It's one of the reasons I can't watch the early James Bond movies, for example. But I seem to remember the Pink Panther doing that, where I was waiting for it to like get on with the plot or make with the silly slapstick comedy or whatever, and they just kept not doing it, and I got super bored. So
my yard in the rain.
Oh my! Oh, so you're greening up.
There's the puppy.
Woof.
Yes.
Yeah, we're actually greening up over here. It's a welcome sight.
And actually, it's been like that all year. We don't go gray. We don't go brown. So I walk through.
We are definitely going urban here still. It's not like you would have to. Hell, it's rarely green anyway. It's kind of deserty here, but you would have to go pretty far from where I live to start seeing plant life.
I'll tell you though.
I was nice, and I muted my mic so you didn't hear the dog barking, Kate.
Thank you.
I did get to see.
Dogs are terrifying.
Yay! I did get to see a few photographs that my ex brought back. She went to see a friend in San Diego some years ago, and got what's the name of the area? Ansar Borrego or Anzac Borrego or something like that.
The heck
Um,
are you talking about?
in the hills to the east of San Diego, it's high desert. God, that was beautiful.
How
Um,
far east?
oh my word, maybe less than 100 miles.
Yeah, see, I don't venture that far, which it probably explains why I don't know what the heck you're talking about. I mean,
Okay,
not having a vehicle going 100 miles an hour is going to be one hell of a costly Uber ride.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
here we are.
2-hour ride one way.
Anza Borrego. Let's see, where exactly is we?
Can you put that name in the chat so I can see it spelled?
Yeah, sure. Um, as a matter of fact, I'll do even more than that. Wait a minute, Anza Borrego.
Well,
Let's.
but that's all I want. Just copy paste the name into the chat, please.
Okay. There we go. And then I'll pick that up from
Oh.
here. Copy, and then
Okay.
where's the
I don't know
freaking?
it.
Oh, do we have that
So
in there?
Someone else did it in the chat because they
Yeah.
were faster than me.
Of course,
Anza
they're always
Borrego.
Anza Borrego. Yeah. What I have to see is. Wait a minute. Where are we?
It's out by Salton Sea. I have no clue where that is.
Yeah, I see Salton Sea. It looks a little more than halfway to Salton Sea from San Diego. I'm trying to. Cayamacho Ranchero State Park is in that neighborhood. Stallion Oaks, Mount Laguna, Pine Valley. Yeah, but
Well,
it's beautiful when in bloom.
Well, when I think of the plant life near San Diego, it's very, very deserty. There's a lot of this like dark scrub on a like a sandy dune looking thing. You know that what's on the screen right there.
Mm-hmm.
That is to me San Diego's foliage.
Mm-hmm.
You
It
see,
is.
so
Yeah, a lot
so
of
you talk about like plant life. I don't think of San Diego as anything other than fucking desert. But that's just me.
I don't know. It's I'd like to get out to that area eventually, just for the view. Um,
Why would you watch The View?
no. Well, I describe us occasionally as the view for YouTube, and I still haven't figured out which one of us is Whoopi Goldberg, but we'll get there.
Well, I actually haven't watched it enough to be able to assess which of the hosty people I might be.
Okay. Now, the closest I've got to the desert of that area is Phoenix. So that's just a little bit east of there, you know.
Aha! There are a double wide buttload of like quizzes of which host on The View are you.
Oh no.
So if I want to figure it out, I probably can.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so how long have you been watching The View? 0 to 5 years. Oh, wow. For once, there's a quiz with more than 4 choices. And because they've got here, what's your favorite food? Burgers, pizza, salad, sandwiches, Mexican food, Chinese food, Indian food, seafood, steak, and Cajun. Well, we'll just go with pizza.
I don't know. I like all of them, except for the Cajun, and there was another one.
For which one do you like most?
Which one do I like most? Burgers.
Let's see here. Okay, we'll go with movies in bed for my typical Sunday. None of them were right, but whatevs.
Which reality TV show would you do best on? What is reality TV? Jesus, man.
You don't know?
I know what it is. No, I just.
Okay.
Now, how many of these have I actually seen? Survivor, The Bachelor, Real Housewives of Anywhere, Dancing with the Stars, Keep Up with the. I haven't watched any of these. Jeez, man.
Okay,
I
so
would say none of
apparently, according to this quiz, I am Joy Behar. I
Who's-
don't know if I should be insulted or glad.
Who is that?
She's Joy Behar? I don't know.
I mean, does this
Um,
person have any distinctive character traits other than
Yeah,
sitting around the table on The View?
Bad hair and glasses.
Oh my!
And quite elderly. Without actually being like a grizzled old crusty grandma, but she's still quite elderly.
Oh my.
In my never humble opinion, anyway, she's this one right here.
Okay, we're gonna see. Oh! Now I know
That's
who
it,
you're
we
talking
got the
about.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
She-
apparently that's who I am according to one of these quizzes. I might try another one and see what happens, but I really know nothing about her except what, like, the few clips I've seen. I could not tell you her politics. I do know I don't want her personality, like the way she talks to people, but
Isn't she the snooty one?
that could be anybody.
Oh yes, her. I don't like her at all. She's quite pushy and
Well, I mean, I guess you gotta be if you're a talk show host.
yeah.
Yeah, really. I'll admit to that.
Oh man, okay. One of these other quizzes is like, which Harper's Bazaar, the 25 hottest men of all time, is your celebrity heartthrob? So, but number two, there's another problem: is all of those are a little bit on the male side.
Yes.
I'll just pick Brad fucking Pitt because I don't know half of them.
Dwayne Johnson.
He wasn't there.
Oh my god, how could they not put The Rock on there?
Well, maybe he wasn't on that 25 hottest men show. I don't know.
Wait a minute. I'm looking at the same thing you were looking at with which host are you? What's your favorite
On
car?
Rainfall?
Yeah, or Daily Caller. But the
I'm
question
looking at Rainfall.
Oh, okay. The question sounded familiar. What's your favorite car brand? Aston Martin is
yeah.
not there.
Oh my
Well,
God.
There is DeLorean, so
Esta bestada balcomadienda. No, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, I'm going to have to go. I'm pretty sure my mother is going to be calling.
Oh, for the love of Satan.
Are you coming over?
Yeah, you're going to have to start getting ready soon, aren't you?
Yes, unfortunately.
See, I'm looking here. They've got going to work shoes is a question, and every last one of them has fucking heels.
Oh, my.
Yeah, not something I would wear.
Okay, now on this particular test from the Daily Caller, I'm supposed to be Baba Wawa.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Anyway. I will see you all later. Have fun.
Well, take care, dear. And
Oh
Okay.
yes.
be good,
I go
have
hold my
fun.
mother's- no. Smoking and depression. No.
May I have
not
your
fun.
which of these Time 100 most influential people would you like to go to lunch with? And the answer, none of them, is not available.
Oh, boy.
Uh,
Move beef.
Oh, you find a box of puppies by the side of a country road. What do you do with them? Murder them is not an option. I don't have a whole someone else to deal with it.
Yes, Beach, they can. Or yes, they do. They make beautiful cars. I do like BMWs, the older BMWs. I do like them. I like the older Mercedes. What can I tell you?
Well, according to this one, I'm Whoopi Goldbrick.
Well, you got the hair for it.
Whoopi Goldbrick.
Here, you heard me. It says here you are fabulously bright, witty, and open-minded, and not afraid to voice your perspective on controversial topics.
Oh, that's not you.
Your style is eclectic and fashion-forward. This does not remind me of me or Whoopi, except for the whole voice your perspective on controversial. Actually, no, I take that back. Sure, I'm bright and witty and open-minded and not afraid to voice my perspective on controversial topics, but Whoopi isn't.
Okay.
In fact, in recent years, she's gotten kind of cunty.
Well, I haven't.
Sorry, Mom was leaving. She
Moo.
might be here soon.
I haven't really voluntarily paid much attention to Whoopi in the last, 20 years. I have seen The View when I'm at the phlebotomist's waiting to be called, because that's what they have on the day. Why does everybody have to have a television in the waiting room? I don't get that. And then when they do have the television in the waiting room, it's always shit like, The View, or As the Carrot Turns, or whatever. And none of it's worth anything, really.
What, like soap operas?
Ugh, soap operas are so bad.
Yes, they always were. Oh, God.
I call them soap. I know why they call them soap operas, because you want to scrub your eyes out with soap afterwards.
You know what? The man has a point. For once, he has a point.
Unfortunately, it's at the top of his head.
Yeah. Oh, for the love of St. Gulick.
Soap operas are so bad. Oh my gosh.
No, the FSB.
I love space opera, but I can take or leave horse opera, and soap opera, forget it.
Okay, then. And the FSB was a soap opera addict. Watch one after another. The daytime lineup would have 4 soap operas in a row. It was like, God damn, my stories.
I was about to ask that. Did she call them my stories?
Yes.
Because that seems to be the most pervasive way to refer to that shit if you're a fan.
Yes, absolutely. It's, like Carlin, call me back, Agnes. My stories are coming on. God damn.
And I mean, why would these be stories anyone would want to watch? I don't understand it. It's like, wow, other people are having drama that doesn't even remotely resemble the real world in any way. Let's watch that.
And there was the time where they would try to be socially relevant. Oh, you know how that works. Where you had somebody who was nailed making LSD in their basement, for example. I remember that plot device, and it was like, what?
Well, really thinking about it now, the few times I've been forced to endure soap operas, I can't think of even one, not even a token black character on a soap opera. I'm sure they exist, but I cannot recall ever even once seeing a person of color in a sitcom, soap opera.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I saw a Frenchman before I saw a black person. I mean, seriously.
Okay, here's a question. What qualifies someone as a person of color?
I don't know.
What boxes do you have to check before? Because, I look at Tulsi Gabbard, and everyone calls her a person of color, and I'm like, she might be a tiny, tiny, tiny smidge Hawaiian, but if I bumped into her on the street, I would not, in a moment, think person of color.
Yeah.
Right? And meanwhile, I'm 30% African. Right?
Okay.
I've got a shit ton of Africa going on in my DNA. And most people might not necessarily call me a person of color.
I know early on in knowing you, I thought that you were, like mayonnaise on white bread.
I mean, part of that is just 20 years in Seattle. I totally lost my tan, but still, and but if Tulsi Gabbard is a person of color, then so the fuck am I. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
And
it's
although
more.
actually walking around here in San Diego, I've had people ask me if I'm Latina, and I did have one very obviously Native American dude ask me my tribe.
Huh. Okay.
I think part of that is the cheekbones. People tend to look at my cheekbones and think I'm Native American, which is funny because according to the 23andMe test, I'm like 0.6% Native American, like not even 1%.
Yeah, well, you're
Right?
you're doing the Africa and the Ashkenazi thing, right?
And Italian.
Oh yeah, can't forget the Italian. Right,
So
right,
I've
right.
got a lot of swarthy in my background at the very least, but most people would not say I qualify as a person of color. So I want to know, what boxes do you have to check to qualify?
I have to wonder, and oh my gods, okay, everybody just take a seat and take a stiff drink and everything, because it could sound horrible and it's not intended to sound horrible, but is this whole thing an identity politics sort of thing, where you're finding some boxes to check just to have some notoriety or something?
I mean, I'm sure that's true for some people. Like, you remember when Elizabeth Warren tried to say she's Native American?
Lord,
and
that
all of
went
that?
over really well. Well, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe for her it was, but there are definitely genuine activists who are like, yeah, if you're a little bit brown, people stomp all over you. And I'm like, well, they have a point.
Yeah,
So
okay. And that's
for that, it's not necessarily um, identity politics. It's not necessarily a fame grab for the people who are literally activists against people of color being mistreated.
and that's the other one that really gets me, is the degree to which people will go in their prejudice. That whole one drop theory, you know?
Yes.
The one drop theory.
Yes.
Oh yeah, if you have one drop of blood that isn't pure ass white, you are not a white person. Like, there was a time that Irish people, literally Irish people, were not considered white.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's crazy, right? But it's true.
And it wasn't that long ago either. Really, when you come down to it.
So weird.
Yeah,
people are so damn weird.
People don't deserve to be people. I mean, Jesus, man, kitties deserve to be people more than people deserve to be people.
Hey.
Think about that one for a while.
I don't actually see anything that says, here's how you determine who is a person of color and who isn't.
Well,
it doesn't seem like I'm not even seeing anything. Like, not even websites that define it and conflict with each other. I'm not seeing anything on how to tell if someone qualifies.
When I did the census form, because I received that a couple of weeks ago, and I completed it online and a whole bit, it was all about self-identification, which is so accurate, as we all know.
I mean, that's the thing. Because I'm so multiracial. Thankfully, the census had an other box, and they asked you to describe it. And so I basically I put down my usual, like, I need Asian to complete the set. The only correct answer is human. I literally wrote down the only correct answer is human because I'm that mixed. Mm-hmm. I don't know how the people who interpret whatever the hell you put down on your census will write that down. Like, I don't know if there is a super mix to where I'm of indeterminate race option. Like, I don't know how they will write that down.
Well, I know 20 years ago, when somebody came by the apartment, one of the census takers, they didn't want to hear anything like your description. They wanted something in one of their boxes, and they were going to have it if they had to put it there themselves.
Well, I mean, that is something I still encounter now. Every now and then I get a survey. Like, I try to do a lot of those sort of product testing surveys
Okay,
where they
yeah.
say we'll give you a $100 gift card to give us your opinion or your day-to-day activity doing this, that, or the other thing. I mean, hell, I'll share that for money. And I got a phone call from one of them saying, like, hey, you might qualify for this survey. Can we ask you a few questions? They get to the race question, and I say, so mixed that human is the only correct answer. And they go, so what? White? Then black, what are you? I'm like, mixed beyond belief. Yeah, but I need to like check a box. And I'm like, yeah, well, check other. And they're like, but which other are you? I said, everything. And they're like, I can't put that down. I'm like, well, I can't give you any other answer.
I take it you didn't get paid for that one, right?
No, I didn't. But I mean, they want their strict demographics so bad.
And it just
And I'm
doesn't
like,
work that way.
It's kind of like on their surveys, they always say, like, are you full-time, part-time, like going to college, the homemaker, retired, et cetera, unemployed. They don't have self-employed. They don't have, I get my income from a non-traditional source like YouTube. It's just not enough. They don't consider it as something that might be a possibility. So what do? Do I tell them I'm full-time, part-time? I don't know what being a YouTuber fucking is. I just, it's so hard.
Tell you,
who aren't up with today's information age.
You do so much more than I do, and I can tell you from as much as I've done, YouTube is fuller time than full time.
Well, not for me, it's not.
Say again?
Not for me, it's not. Oh, I might at the outside spend 4 hours making a video, and I don't do it every day. I am definitely not working even part-time, frankly. If I were to add up the number of hours I spend a week, it might equal 12.
Well, how much brainstorming do you do while you're doing other stuff, though?
Not much. I mean, what I do is I surf the internet or surf YouTube looking for people saying chowder-headed shit about religion and atheism. And if I find a video that needs a response, I use that. And if I don't, I go play video games.
Wow, you are so blessed, if you'll excuse the expression, that you're able to do so well the way you're describing it.
What? I think that's what most atheist YouTubers do. I mean, most of us do response videos. Most of us will say, oh my gosh, that guy is so freaking wrong. I have to respond or I will feel bad about myself.
That's how I felt
about
Tyrannism.
Well, okay. I mean, I'll admit that back when I was doing response videos, and I know I keep saying I need to do them again, I'll get there. I probably researched them to death. Well, you've told me that more than once.
Oh, you way overthink. Way overthink.
Well, that's my middle name. I mean, really. Literally. I mean, my middle name is Athena, okay?
Well, I mean, the main reason, I'm sorry, the probably the longest video in terms of research, not the video itself, but the research, was when I was responding to, I'm pretty sure it was the Visual World Bible School or whatever the frig it's called, World Visual. I don't remember. Might have those reversed, but they were talking about how you can't get a universe from nothing. And I found that Lawrence Krauss interview where he's basically reciting his book, A Universe from Nothing, in lecture form. And I watched that thing over and over and over to make sure I understood what the frick I was hearing. And so that was probably my longest video, just because I had to learn all about like quantum theory to be able to properly respond.
Okay,
and
then.
be able to put what I was hearing in layman's terms so that no one else had to watch my video 1.5 million times to understand it, right? Because I barely understood it. And honestly, it was one hell of a revelation. I did not realize that the universe worked quite that way. But it does, and it makes perfect sense that it does. The math is there, the science is there. So, but I don't spend a lot of time researching, probably because I don't deal with the science so much as the logic and the philosophy part. That helps.
Okay, then. Okay.
Like, I don't need to do a lot of homework to be able to say, logically, you screwed up, boy.
Yeah, one of the things I've been doing, I don't know that I am going to do anything with it, but one of the things I've been doing over the last couple of weeks is watching a lot of Ehrman when he's talking about how Jesus became God. And I'm thinking of how these people put their worldviews, if you'll excuse the expression, I know Ken Ham overuses that term, together. That, oh my word, that's a hell of a lot of brain twisting going on when you
Well, it's
have.
amazing.
Mhm.
Go on.
When you have a person who's born human and is elevated to deity status, or that whole thing, the many ways that a person can become divine.
Well, it's amazing to me how so much of their worldview just plain doesn't require the God hypothesis to be true, but they just sort of graft it on top of
Mm-hmm.
the like a lot of them go, well, the science is there. Oh yeah, and God did it. Like God caused the science that we definitely don't need God to explain to be there. That's the most common thing I've heard. Anyway, I just got the link from Mama Atheist for the show I got to be on.
Yeah, that's
So
what I was going to
I'm
suggest to you if you wanted to make sure
well,
that you didn't get the link already.
I just got it. Also, Vonrek, I need to say thank you for that Red Bull you sent me. I wanted to unbox it on my own channel, but like I haven't made a video in quite some time because I just haven't had the mental and emotional fortitude to do it during this whole situation we're in. Uh, so
Situation.
and I was on a stream yesterday and found myself getting super super tired and said fuck it, I'm caffeinating, so I unboxed off camera. I'm very sorry about that because I wanted to give you much more public credit, but thank you anyway. I'm very appreciative, and like on my next video I'll give you a mention even if I won't unbox on camera, if that's cool. So thank you. I'm gonna take off. I'll catch you later.
Okay.
See ya.
See you. Be good.
No, I
And
will not do that. All right, laters.
okay, hon. Take care. And the link is in the side chat to see Kate on Critical Bitches. And let's see, 23 minutes from now, the show will begin. So take a look down there, and that's the YouTube link. That's right at the bottom of the list. And really, all of you, let's get you all down there and to see Kate. And I cannot say too much about Kate. She's just absolutely fantastic. I love her dearly, and she'll slap me for those words. But really, she's absolutely amazing and deserves all the accolades she can get. And honestly, I don't think she gets enough of the accolades. So what can I tell you from there? So it's just totally amazing that she and I were on a show together a couple of years ago already. God damn. Back when the Godless Iowan was a thing. That's how we met. We were on a show together there, and got the brain going, got everything going, and I am so happy that she's here on Coffee with Lavender on the open chat, because I don't know if I know how to do a show without her anymore. No, really, I do. It's just not as interesting. Let's put it that way. And what can I tell you? And Von Reich, thank you for coming by, because I noticed that you were a new person. You came in, you were naked when you came in. Now you have a spanner, and you're one of the group now. Yay. And you're screaming over there in your chair as you're watching. It's like, no, I don't want to be part of that. Anyway, oh my, oh my, oh my. So, yeah, it's all kinds of stuff. slowly start to close things down, but we're going to take our time because there are another 20 minutes to go yet before the show starts over there. One thing I am noticing, I don't know if we talked about this earlier, the virus numbers are reported as going down. Allegedly, it's a really, really great thing that the third day in a row there were fewer virus deaths than the previous day in Spain. Not that that means anything over here. Remember, we're way behind the curve here in the U.S. But I don't know. Maybe there is the light at the end of the tunnel coming soon. You know, maybe by 2022 we'll be out of this and everything will be good. Sylvia is. Let's see, where is she hiding? Oh my! She was on the windowsill, and I don't. She's not in her usual haunts now. She might be under the bed because there's no place for her to go that is not part of the studio. The door to the library is closed because I have my dresser there, and there's stuff there that I don't want her getting into because she'll mess it up. So that's closed. She can't get back there. I don't see her in the blanket or anything like that. So we'll find. Hang on. Let's see if she comes when called. Or she could be ignoring me. That's a good thing to do. Yeah, it always is. Oh my word, what am I seeing over there? Oh, okay. It looked like someone was on a bicycle going up the hill, but no, not necessarily. Oh my, okay, this just pulled out. Oh my word. Oh my,
I think
my.
the U.S.
So,
as a country is pretty much shafted right now.
Okay, there we go. So this is, let's put ow. I didn't want to move my arm that way, did I?
Diana, I think the U.S. is pretty much shafted as a country with this whole thing.
U.S. is shafted as a country for the last a while now. They really went down the freaking hole 4 years ago, or 3.5 years ago. I don't know if there's any coming out of it anymore, but
this is just going to make the whole situation even worse.
Oh, and yes, indeed, Von Reck. Yeah, absolutely. I should probably shut up because she'd probably kill me if I went on. Yeah, there you go, Robert. That would be good. I have to work on stuff like that. Adding stuff to my things and things to my stuff. And Beach. I've been saying the Electoral College needs to go for the last, over 40 years. I remember discussions and debates of which I was a part when I was in high school. With the theme of the DC must go. We've got to get rid of the Electoral College because it was inequitable, back in the 1970s. When I say I was talking about this stuff back in high school, I graduated high school in 1974. So it's been a while that, even I've been talking about this stuff. I was really, really, really lucky in that I had a really good professor. And I will say professor. He was part-time at the high school and part-time at Cleveland State University. And he had a professorship in the history department at CSU. And from him, I learned a great deal about current events, about American history, about how to think rather than what to think. Doc Lindsay was amazing. I miss him so much. He died of his, God, I think it was 6th heart attack or something like that back in
6 of them.
Something on that order. It was maybe 5, maybe 6, something like that. Yeah, his heart was totally screwed. But I think this was in what, the mid '80s that he died. Another Menton friend of mine had been in his classes at Parma Senior High School. So we would, exchange Doc Lindsay stories. And there was one point at which I said, yeah, I'd really like to get around to getting hold of him and having him speak at one of the monthly meetings. And George said, well, you're a little late for that. He died some time ago. And it was kind of broken up about that one. But what are you going to do? Yeah, he's one of the... You talk about teachers that inspire you. He was one that inspired me. I have nothing but good memories of him.
I think my mom is talking to Grandma, so...
Oh, my.
Also, I'm gonna wrap things up here because I'm playing Space Engineers and I've got not really much to say.
What? You're not gonna go watch... You're not gonna watch Kate?
About all I've got right now is, well... I'm busy dealing with the issues regarding a certain topic that is, well, spreading around the world, but
Okay, hon. Well, yeah, you take it as you need to, as far as that goes.
Mom and I are finding ways to cross the bridge, and we're basically doing Operation Hunker Down.
Where's the confounded bridge? You need to be a little older to get that.
We'll cross the confounded bridge when we come to it.
Oh my. Okay, honey. Well, you be good and have fun and stuff like that. And I'll hang around a little bit here for a little bit. And then, let's see. Let me put this in the... I'll put the URL in the side chat one more time. Take care, dear. Okay. Take care, hon. And in the side chat, we've got that going on. What I'm going to do is switch over to camera 2. Okay, look at that. There we are. Okay, take care, Beach. You be good. Have fun. And thank you for your patronage. I do, in the next day or so, have to fix the closing screen to reflect my new patrons, etc., etc., etc. God, I thank you people so much for that. And what we've got going here, yes. So we will see how that goes over there, and we will see how things go here. Here in the good old U.S. of A. And let's see how long we're going to weather the corona storm, the cerveza virus storm, and we can all wait for our economic impact checks if we ever figure out who gets them and when and why. Robert, will I join? Well, I'm going to be heading over there to watch. Yeah, I mean, it's Kate's day to shine, so let her shine as far as that goes. But I'll be in the audience definitely, and I hope you all will as well. We've got about 11 minutes to go till showtime. Let's see here. Let's see how the side chat over there is looking. Okay, 10 minutes, 37 seconds to go. I see a whole bunch of people. Robert, you're over there. I see you. I see Dave. We've got 9 waiting over there, and we're gonna make that a whole bunch more. Right. Von Reck, I see you over there. I think, don't I? No, I don't see you here. Maybe you're somewhere over there. And yeah, I see some names I know. Look at that. And yeah, and then once that's over, I'm going to go into the back and screw around a little bit back there. I'm rearranging. Um, I may, I'm not sure. I may move the sofa bed into the back. Oh, there's Von Rick. Look at that. Yay. Let me say over there. I haven't quite decided. I may talk about this a little more on Tuesday. Because I've been sleeping out here in the studio, which, well, the landlord calls it my my living room, but I had dual-faced stacks in the back with 800 books, etc., going on back there, and I moved everything along the walls, and I'm trying to decide: am I going to move the sofa bed into the back and sleep into the back, and that would give me more room for the tripods, the camera setup, everything else. With transgender chef that I still need to get around to. I've got a piece of brisket in the refrigerator that I took out of the freezer 4 days ago, and it still better be good, because I'm gonna simmer that brisket and get some stuff going for Reuben sandwiches, all with the camera running, watching me while I do this, and we'll see what happens from there. And okay, tell you what we're gonna do then. Tuesday, everybody's gonna be. I certainly hope anyway that everybody's gonna be back together and everything else for the entire show on Tuesday. Von Reck, if you feel like coming by, it's 7 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday. It's called the Open Chat, which is very much like what goes on Sundays. I hope I see you in the future. Come on by, and if there's anything you'd like to suggest as far as things we can talk about and stuff like that, and of course the rest of you kids as well, yeah, please let us know, and we'll go from there. And yeah, I see about 7 minutes until showtime over at Mama Atheist's channel, so we're gonna wind down over here, and I want to thank everybody who's here. I want to thank everybody who's not here, and emphasize that I'm doing this for you. I love doing this. I love your coming by, and it gives me nothing but joy to do these shows, to know that I'm putting a smile on somebody's face. It's amazing. As far as all that goes, and as far as everything is, I'm just going to say thanks a lot, troops. See you on the other side. Now get over to watch Kate, okay?